Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7. Now today, got some more Backseat battling for you guys. Now this room is titled the Fantasia New Year's Tournament, which was hosted and created by my good friend and active member of our community, Lucina Fanboy. Now this is the second episode of the series. If you want to check out part 1, link to it will be in the description or in the pinned comments down below, right below the like button. Do check it out. But with that being said, all the context is in that first video. We're just going to go ahead and jump into this one. So kick back and enjoy.
Alright, so both of you guys are champs. Let's go ahead and begin the match. Let me go ahead and fix the ring penalty.
Alright, so Charmy versus 10th Shield. No ring penalty, both players in champion. That's what you'd like to see. I like both guild names actually. Grand Blue versus Red Pandas represent.
I like that.
Okay. Ooh, actually, Charmy from the European server. Very nice. I think that's when I actually stepped away. Was when they were having their match. Let's see what the pre-bans are going to be.
Yep. And by the way, everybody here has won the minimum 11%. Everybody in the semis has officially won a cash prize, so congratulations to everybody.
Oh, very nice. Congrats. Oh, okay. Bellion and Aeola banned from Charmy. Spectre and Zeo banned from 10th. Okay. This is going to be quite interesting. See Lilius into ROL. Pretty solid. You can strip the escort buff from her if you have enough effectiveness. And you can lock down a unit potentially as well. See what the follow-up play is going to be from Charmy here. Now with Zeo banned, I mean, well, both Spectre and Bellion are banned. Typically people ban out Bellions to give them a chance to use Spectre, along with, of course, deterring cleave, anti-cleave comps. But we're going to see Landy get picked out quite early for a Landy pick, but I would say not too bad into something like ROL regardless, because of the amount of buffs that she can put up with her S3. Yeah, and it also is a really nice way of bursting down ROL, because the escort buff absorbs so much damage that and Landy puts out such consistent damage that ROL might not last too long. Ooh, Diane getting picked into the Landy is kind of questionable here, because again, you're putting so many buffs on your team, but we see a very direct counter pick coming out in the form of Milim, be able to dispel Guiding Light from Landy and be able to one-shot her pretty easily. Now, whether or not that dispel is necessary, as we could probably remember from Minus's game, where Guiding Light just didn't proc, then yeah, but we'll see. Milim's still a fantastic bruiser unit to be bringing along.
Absolutely.
Okay, Briarwitch Iseria, ooh, Briarwitch, okay, works kind of counterintuitively to the Landy, right? The Briarwitch, because she dispels all the buffs and puts unbuffable on the team. But her extra hit chance actually helps quite a bit against Milim's evasion. Okay, so I see Zaha getting picked out as well. Both fantastic units here. And Ursuline getting picked out. That is also very tricky based on the team comp that Charmy has.
A little bit confusing, I'd argue. Just because Charmy always has the option to S1 turn 1, you always have the option to just send Zahak S3 raw turn 1, the Landy S3 raw turn 1. Not exactly dependent on these non-attack skills, so Celine's maybe not the best pick here.
Maybe not the best, but it could deter the opponent from, you know, debilitating the team with debuffs in the form of C. Lilius. We can also potentially see some bait plays come out, because Briarwitch exists, right? You can always, if she's the highest attack member on your team, be absorbing that Celine hit, allowing you to go for your non-attack skills anyway.
That is absolutely true, yes.
Oh, but wait, that's not going to be the case here, because we see the other Iseria coming out, the summertime version, and she might be taking the hit from Celine, who doesn't care about elements anymore post-buff.
Yep. But that 30% damage mitigation on against off element still does remain, so
That is
we'll
true.
see.
Oh, Ed and Sea Lilius both getting banned out. I can kind of see why the Ed would be banned, because Briar Witch Iceria and Summertime Iceria, both of them have a plethora of debuffs in their kits. But that means that Zaha gets to go in the Celine. Looking pretty vulnerable here, but does he go for the Celine? Does he go for something like Milim? Ends up going for the Celine. Can this kill without an attack buff? Oh!
I am very surprised that we chose not to go for the S2 on the Briar. I'm pretty sure Briar should have higher attack.
Briar might have had the higher attack, but I'm surprised that 11k damage didn't kill the Celine.
Yeah,
she is very tanky.
That's also that's a Scarowall syndrome right there with the Adamant and the Escort.
Yeah, for sure, but it was 11k damage. Most Celines don't carry even 10k HP, I would say.
That is very true.
Yeah, so that's a bulky Celine. Landy gonna be ripping that S3, getting that enhanced attack because of the buffs on 10th side. But we see, again, Landy not going to Guiding Light, which is going to be a bit of an issue for Charmy here. Briar Witch coming in. Oh, finishing off the Celine. Defense break on the DN. That is a little interesting to see. Okay, Milim going to be taking out the Landy.
That's a lot of damage on that Milim. This seems like it's glass cannon.
Right, because she doesn't even have an attack buff. She was unbuffable the whole time. Alright, Zahak being able to attack buff the Briar Witch. She's going to be taking another turn here. Who is Zahak going to be going for? DN seems like the target. Oh, but he's going to go for the Milim.
Landing the 50-50, that is the most
That was
move.
very bold. Personally, I probably would have played it safe and hit the DN there. His defense broken anyway. And then Briar Witch was taking the next turn. She could have hit the Milim, guaranteed. That was very risky, but the risk paid off in the end. Right, round number 2. Charmy is going to be taking the first pick this time.
Indeed. See how the drafts change based on this.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what the pre-bans are going to be like. Are they going to be more targeted, or are they still going to play safe to what they prefer not to fight? It's really interesting how fast, how quickly people tend to learn each other's drafts just by facing each other once. Alright, Aola and Bellion banned from Charmy, but we see Spectre and Zahak banned this time from 10th Shield, so not a huge fan of that Zahak play from the last round. Maybe favors their evasion units as well. We'll have to see. See Lilius though, first pick on the left side, facing down an A-Raz now. Okay. A-Raz is typically pretty decent as well for keeping up tempo. Not fully defensive like Arwell is. You have a lot more utility and flexibility in your Knight. Oh. Now that's a nice little pick there. Winter is usually pretty good into a unit like C. Lilius. Because you put up the immunity buff, right, after C. Lilius uses her S3, so she can't control you, and you get full cleansed as well. So pretty good utility, yeah, not too bad. But we see a Politis coming out in a counter pick, and Politis can proc from Winter. I remember I got completely destroyed in RTA ladder when my opponent used Celine and just abused my Winter's non-attack skills and ended up destroying my entire team. Okay, we have Opsig getting hovered over. Is Opsig really the play here? No, it isn't. Looks like Aiden is. I'm gonna get picked out here. A little bit of evasion, pretty good into Winter. Remember, Winter has to hit in order to get that splash damage, and of course in order to stun. But we're gonna see that Lionheart Sarmia is getting picked out. So we're gonna have a little play the animation chain reaction in the form of C. Lilius proccing Winter, who procs Politis, who will then end up proccing Lionheart. So not too bad.
Oh, there's Karina coming out though. Karina really trying to punish the single targeted Din from just chunking one target down. Really good against the evasion units as well.
Yeah, fantastic. The splash damage is going to be amazing against those evasion units here. Summertime Assyria and Straze getting picked. That is okay. That's a way to control or burst down that Lionheart Sirmia. And to get rid of that Raz as well. But we see Ida getting picked as well. Oh man, that's going to be kind of brutal, isn't it? We're going to see a pretty clever use of some chain reactions here. Okay, but no, the Politis and the Ida are both getting banned. So now it's kind of dwindled down to C. Lilius going first. And we're going to see if 10th Shield and their team can actually withstand the amount of aggression that's coming out on the left side.
Although I'm a bit curious to see what Charmy's going to do in order to deter the Winter from stunning the Straze here.
That is true, because Winter's going to be taking the turn regardless, and there's no way C. Lilius can stop him.
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
So there's no reason not to just pop the skill immediately, right? You don't want a dual attack right off the bat to proc that Lionheart Sirmia anyway.
Like, the question is, where do we shove? Shoving into the A-Ros.
A-Ros, that's a pretty good pick, right? Prevents the defense buff, prevents the dual attacking, might be able to take out another squishy unit as well. But we're going to see the Winter going to the Straze, a 2-turn stun that is going to be debilitating here. Okay. Oh, Iseria gonna go for the bomb.
Successfully lands it.
Yep, and then we're gonna see the S3 come out. So that free soul burn at the start of the match really helped out in this case. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Ada might be able to finish her off.
Notice how the detonation doesn't actually proc Karina's passive, by the way.
Oh yes, and of course the detonation also doesn't proc the A-Roz's passive either. Wow, utilizing these mechanics to their advantage, bypassing the Karina and the A-Roz. Although Karina does proc on Lionheart's death, but who do you go for, right? Everyone is invincible right now except for Aiden. That's actually going to be really nice protection. That turn cycling, that timing was perfect. So Straze losing that turn though, still stunned, no cleanse available on the left side, so he's out of commission for now. Alright, see Lilius. She doesn't have to worry about Lionheart anymore.
That's true. But now we have to worry about a different threat instead. This
yeah.
Winter is just unable to be touched right now.
This Karina is looking very dangerous. She still has an S3 available, and she still has a defense buff that she can pop. Or sorry, that she has available when she pops her S3 for some extra damage. A-Roz can also replenish that defense buff at will with an S3. Can be pretty good. Okay, going for the dual attack. See Lilius's nostalgia box, actually nostalgic music box, actually helping out quite a bit here, protecting some units with defense buff. Karina's S3 lands defense break, a lot of splash damage onto the team.
That is absolutely a significant amount.
That is definitely a significant amount of damage, and because 10th team is quite bulky, they don't necessarily care too much about Aiden's AoE here, right? Karina getting tickled there, and Winter proccing off of the Summertime Assyria, getting that immunity replenished, can't be controlled, can't be bombed here. She's going back into stealth anyway, untouchable.
No
oh, that's a lot of damage.
Absolutely.
Aiden gonna be going for the hit, healing a little bit of health back. Winter is not too great into this Aiden, but Karina definitely doesn't care about taking a hit or two. We're gonna see the stun come out though. Ooh, the A-Roz is so low. And Karina now getting stunned. Winter gonna be stunning that Summertime Assyria, stopping her shenanigans. 10th having enough of these stuns. Oh boy.
Karina procs again.
Karina procs for a second time this match. She might be the unit that makes the difference.
Indeed. In this match especially.
Yep, going for the Aiden. Doesn't matter about the counterattack. Both units are quite bulky, quite healthy. Oh! And down goes Aiden. There we go. Wow, that was... I was not expecting that to be the end. Was that Aiden on a torrent set? Like, what happened?
I don't believe so. I think it's just the matter of the Karina passive.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Maybe. You know, you're right, you're right. Yeah, maybe there's a splash damage there.
And now the final game shall be underway. If I can actually press a cover button.
Alright, third match, let's go. Charmy getting the first pick here yet again. Again, the most important part here to watch for is the pre-bans, because both players have kind of felt each other out quite a bit in these first two rounds. So going to the third one, they kind of know what they're comfortable fighting and what they don't want to see again. As we can see, the Winter getting banned out. Charmy not really a fan of that, because they still want to go for a first pick C Lilius. Now the ball is in 10th Shield's court. They get a choice, right? In order to steer the direction of this match. They're seeming to go for their comfort pick. A-Ra's getting picked out. Oh, but we see something a little different this time. We see Aola getting snatched up. Now, Aola, usually slower than most C Lilius builds out there. Even with the RTA speed boost that mages get, she's gonna be quite an annoying unit to fight if she's very bulky. Right, Politta's coming out as a counter pick to the Aola. Yeah, again, Politta's could work here, right? In order to get some damage, maybe punish the other units that 10th Shield drafts later on. But Politta's herself, unless she's a degen build, tends to be pretty squishy.
Yes, it's definitely team reliant as a unit rather than self-sufficient.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very team reliant, and of course, very strong in terms of punishing the opponents, right? Politis is a great counter to Aola, not only because Aola's passive that puts the skill null up will trigger Politis, who will then get rid of the skill nulls, right, with her counterattack, but Politis also prevents Aola from pushing up too much, too fast. Oh, I like what I'm seeing here. So into this A-Ravi pick, we see 10th Shield going with a Jacko and an Ida. So I am very excited for this Jacko. I've been trying to build mine back up, but recently, I really want to see how this one does here. Seeing a kind of pivot on 10th side to be a bit more aggressive. Meanwhile on Charmy, they seem to be bulking up a little bit, right? We see A-Ravi coming out, we see Ed also picked. So they've kind of pivoted in terms of their draft. Both players starting in opposite directions and then kind of moving into the direction of the other player. Oh, and we see a Rem getting picked out as well. Oh, it's going to be very solid to that team. Looking pretty scary. Oh, but 10th Shield not deterred, picking that Lionheart Sirmia can really punish this Politis, this Ed, and the Rem, along with the C Lilius. Looks like she might be favored as a ban, but I don't know. The rest of the team also looks pretty intimidating. Yeah, there we go. C Lilius gonna get banned out. That kind of guarantees that 10th Shield is gonna be taking the first turn. I don't think Charmy's units are really built that fast to be able to contest here. Unless we have some surprises. Alright, Ida's gonna be taking the first turn. Yeah, Idas are usually built pretty fast, but we see there's no book on the side of 10th Shield, which is really abnormal. But Jacko does have a buff on Ida, which could potentially help her stun some units. But is that really what you want when there's an Ed on the other side? Oh, we're gonna see that no stuns were landed, but all the buffs were stripped, all the immunities that were up there. Now Jacko gets to take the turn. She's gonna be going into the Politis.
I think it is a very interesting move considering the fact that now we have no consistent way of dealing with the Rem.
Yeah, there's no way to really deal with the Rem here. Jacko, oh, gonna be stunning that Aravi. Very nice. Proof of Valor, though, she won't be able to cleanse that stun. Now, this Ed is looking pretty strong here, right? Jacko has a stun on her S1, Aola has silence, Ida has a defense break. Yeah, we're looking at a pretty decent Ed game here, and Rem is also looking pretty untouchable right now. Unless, of course, they want to, unless, of course, she's asleep. We're gonna see how much Tense Shield can get away with poking away at this Rem here.
Absolutely. And so far, it seems like the Rem is currently asleep.
Yeah, Rem's just kind of hibernating. Oh, but when she's in Sigurd range, she ends up countering. Jacko, though, pretty healthy here. Just can't really risk another counter. Oh, gonna be hitting the Rem directly with the Aola. Pretty smart move, right? To not trigger the AoE. But now Ravi takes the turn. She is silenced, so no S3, no revive, but she could take down a unit here. Okay, opting to go and finish off the Jacko, healing up quite a bit of health in the process as well. Now this Rem is quite low, but does 10th's team have enough steam for this? Ooh, Ed is going to be taking the turn. He's going to be soul burning his S3, going into the Aola, not risking the attack into Ida just in case it misses. Oh, Ida's going for the risky play, going for that S3. Ed, if he gets stunned, is going to be countering here, but that damage! Oh my god, that damage almost took down Rem. Unfortunately, 252 health remaining. And is going to take out the Aola with the S3. Ed is going to be turn cycling back. Oh, that dual attack is brutal. Look at that Rem attacking twice into that Roz. Oh, and she's healed back past half her health. She's looking very, very healthy right now, and 10th Shield is going to be conceding. Yeah, that Aravi as an anchor there, along with Rem, and, you know, just Rem doing the counters when she needs to, and Ed just existing. It's a little too much. And with that being said, this is going to be the end of today's video. Now, I know it's a little bit shorter than our usual uploads, but in order to make sure you have a good viewing experience, I didn't want to cut any matches short, like in half or anything, and show you the other half in the next video. I also didn't want this video to be 40 or 50 minutes long. I want it to be really easily digestible and something that you can watch in a single sitting. But with that, thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more Epic 7 content, and leave a comment down below letting me know what I can do to improve. And until next time, take care.